Okay, by 4.1 het julle eintlik goed beantwoord, maar dan het julle julleself de mekaar gemaak. So hulle sê vir jou, indien 3 tan theta gelyk is aan 1 en sin theta is kleiner as 0, in other words, negative, prove by using a sketch that sine squared theta over cos squared theta is equal to tan squared theta. So this isn't using an identity. I know that you guys know that sine over cos is equal to tan. But they said prove using a sketch. So jy moes 'n skets gebruik het vir hierdie ene. Okay, so stem julle saam, ons kan tan van theta gaan skryf as 1 op 3. That was your first mark for rewriting it as 1 over 3. I gave you that mark if you indicated it on the sketch, because some of you didn't explicitly write it, which is fine. Okay, so as julle op julle skets gaan wys het, 'n 1 by oorstaande en 'n 3 by aangrensend, het ek vir jou eerste punt gegee. So make sure I gave you that mark. Okay. Then we need to pick a quadrant. So tan is positive in which two quadrants? 1 and 3. Sine is negative in which two quadrants? So do you agree that my triangle will be here? Do you agree? Oor tan in die derde kwadrant het ons spesifiek gepraat, want ek het vir julle gesê, onthou, as jy werk hier, dan is daai minus 1 en minus 3. Do you guys remember we specifically talked about tan in the third quadrant being positive, but both of those values being negative, because a minus divided by a minus becomes a positive. A lot of you actually saw it. Okay, dan het jy jou tweede punt gekry vir die wortel 10 waarde. Dit is nou so desimaal 3,188 dink ek of so iets. 3,16. Okay, ek het vir julle die punt gegee vir 3,16, want hulle het niks hierso gesê van los hom in wortelvorm nie. Okay, so you got your first mark either there, or I would have given it somewhere here if you didn't explicitly write that. And then you got your second mark for the root 10 or the 3,16, whichever one you used. Okay, goed. Dan by die volgende ene moet jy nou bewys het dat dit waar is. So now you go and say on the left hand side, we have that. And then you guys read it off perfectly, but you forgot to square them. Nee. Okay, so as ons gaan aflees, sin kwadraat in daai ene, so sin van hierdie hoek af is oorstaande op skuins. And it should make sense to you that sine is negative in the third quadrant. Ja? Cos as ek hom gaan aflees is minus 3 op wortel 10. So this one becomes 1 over 10 times 10 over 9. Kyk net mooi wat het ek gedoen. Ek het hom kwadreer, so dan word dit 9 op 10. En toe draai ek hom om, want as ons deel deur 'n breek, dan maal ons met sy resiprook. Okay, and then those two cancel out one another, and I'm left with 1 over 9. This is the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you have tan squared which is 1 over 9. And that is all. That's all you had to do. You just had to draw your sketch as you normally would. Then you got a mark for reading them off and for simplifying and for simplifying. But because it was written as an identity, you guys overcomplicated it. Maar lees net wat vra hulle vir jou. Hulle vra vir jou, gebruik 'n skets en bewys dat dit gelyk is aan dit. So dit is so goed soos asof hulle vir jou gesê het, gebruik 'n skets en vind die waarde van sin kwadraat theta oor cos kwadraat theta, which you guys would have gotten perfectly. And after that, they asked you find the value of tan squared theta, which you guys would have gotten perfectly. But now they just want you to see that those two are equal to one another. Okay. Good. And the last question. I almost think no one got full marks for this one. And I'll tell you why now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone got 5 out of 5? No. Okay. I'm going to start on the left-hand side. And I'm going to say that this is equal to 1 minus cos squared x plus 1 plus cos theta. 1 mark for that one. Baie van julle het daai punt gekry. In fact, most of you got that mark and then nothing else. Hieronder gaan ek gaan en sin theta uithaal. Okay. Now, this was your second mark. The wheels fall off with one of two things. Either you simplified this thing wrong by cancelling out a cos squared and a cos with one another, or not seeing that 1 plus 1 is 2. That's not a negative 1, it's a 1. Okay, so daai en as ons hom gaan vereenvoudig in die volgende stap, gee dit vir ons 'n 3 term wat so lyk. Three terms. And down here, I'm just going to leave it as is. Like that. Okay. So either you missed your third mark by not simplifying those three terms correctly. So klomp van julle het gedog dis 'n minus 1 en 'n 1 en dan word dit net 0. En dan het julle sommer ook die teken van die cos kwadraat gaan verander na positief toe. It's negative cos squared. Okay. So from here, I'm going to factorize and simplify. But before I carry on, a lot of you did something like this, for instance. Why can I not do that? Daar is nie net een term nie. Some of you even did it up here. You cannot, and this, grade 11s, is the type of thing that worries me a lot. Because that is not grade 11 work. Nee? Van wanneer af weet julle al julle mag nie uitkanselleer as al meer as een term is nie. Ek dink graad 7 dalk, maar kom ons sê graad 8 net om vriendelik te wees. Nee? You are not allowed to simplify when there's more than one term in either parts of the fraction. And if these are the mistakes that you are making and you want to write it off to your nerves, then I'll forgive you this time. Maar as dit die foute is wat jy gaan maak in 'n graad 11 vraestel, guys, then you need to either work a lot harder, or you need to seriously consider your way forward in this subject. Goed, daai ene kan dan faktoriseer. Hierdie was 'n moeilike faktorisering, maar jy kan al faktoriseer, hoop ek.